Hello! I'm going to be showing y'all how to make a pizza casserole. I'm doing this on behalf of Emma and Brionna, who I promised I would show them how to do this and show them how easy it is to make and to prove that yes, I can cook. So, what we do, we start off. Got all my ingredients out here on the side. What it calls for, these flaky jumbo biscuits. I got great value because it's cheaper. You can also use Laura Lynn, or if you want to go the expensive route, you can use Pillsbury or any other name brand. But I've used these before and they are just as good. So yeah, that's what I'm using there. Great value pizza sauce. You can also use Laura Lynn or name brand, but this tastes just as good as any other, and it's cheaper, so that's what we're going to use. A 2-cup package of low moisture, part skim mozzarella cheese. This is just shred. You can also get finely shredded, just depending on what you like. This is a 2-cup because the recipe calls for 2 cups. I'll be showing you how to do that. And Hormel pepperoni. You can also put any other kind of toppings that you want on it. I've always just put the pepperoni on it. And then what I have done, my camera's falling. I have 2 pans about yay big that I separated out in because, it makes a lot. And for 2 people going to eat it, we can have one for one night. Then we can take the other, put it in the refrigerator, pop it in the oven for the next night's meal. So how you do this, we're first going to take our jumbo flaky biscuit flavor. Going to open this. If I can get this open in a timely manner. And the directions say you are to whop them on the counter, so whop them on the counter to get them open. And then what you do is you need a knife. Now, you take the biscuit and you're going to cut the biscuit like so. I can't tell if you can see that or not. Yeah. Cut all the biscuits like that. And then we're going to pull it apart and put it in our mixing bowl. So that's what I'll be doing for the time being. And hopefully my camera won't fall because it looks like it keeps wanting to. Still just cutting the biscuits up. And I got one more in there. Okay, so all of that is in the mixing bowl. And so then we're going to take our pizza sauce and we're going to pour it into the bowl. And we're going to put every bit of that in there. or as much that will go in, you know, in a timely fashion. If not every bit goes in there, that's fine, but try to get as much as we can in there without staying in there forever looking like a fool. I'm going to put this in the sink now and wash it out, because if you don't wash it out, your trash will be very messy. And if you take your trash out, which you should, that can create a mess. And then we're going to take the mozzarella cheese, open the pack, and 1 cup goes in here. So I'm going to roughly estimate this and put about half of the pack in the mixing bowl, and that looks about half. Then I'm going to take a wooden spoon, and we're going to stir this all together, get the sauce mixed in with the biscuit dough and the cheese and stuff. So this is roughly mixed up, and turn the camera here so you can sort of see what it looks like. So that's what that looks like, and then once we get done with that, we're going to pour this. No, wait! Canola oil spray. You put this in the bottom of your baking pan to keep it from sticking. The recipe I had said that you're not supposed to do that. Well, I did that the first time I made it. It stuck to the pan terrible. It took forever to get out. I had to soak it and scrub it, and it was just a mess. So, canola oil, vegetable oil, olive oil, spray, cooking spray, any brand. Be sure to spray your pan out. And spray up around the sides too. Okay, so now that your pan is sprayed, we're going to take what is in our mixing bowl, and we're going to pour about half of the mix into the first. And we're going to take our wooden spoon, sort of spread it out here on the bottom. That could stand a little more. Just a tad bit more. It's pretty much enough to where it'll cover the bottom. And then we're going to put some in here. I'm going to see if I judged this correctly, which I sort of did. Still a little bit left over, so I'm going to put about 2-3 pieces left in one, and then 2-3 pieces left in the other. Make sure that's spread around the pan. As you can see, spread around in the pan. We're going to try and get as much of the sauce and cheese out of the mixing bowl as possible. And yeah, we'll take care of that. Okay, now you take the rest of your cheese and you put it on top of your mixture. And just sort of spread around there as best you can. Okay, cheese is gone. Now comes the Hormel pepperoni. Now, this is one thing that I use name brand on, because if you don't, it's liable to taste terrible. You know, some stuff you can buy off brand and it tastes just the same, and then some stuff you can't. Pepperoni, you cannot. So, going to open up the pepperoni. And we are going to place the pepperoni on top of the mixture. And you can add just as much pepperoni as you please. I try, just for the sake of how many comes in a pack, just to put, just to line it completely with the bowl. Because if you don't make this again, then you've bought a bunch of pepperoni and you'll have nothing else to do with it. So, spreading that out across pan 1, now across pan 2. And in case I didn't say this, I think I did, but just in case I didn't, you can make this in one pan. I use 2 because being that I'm cooking this for just 2 people, you cannot, it's just better if you eat one container and then you can take the next container for your supper tomorrow night. You can leave it in the refrigerator and it will not hurt it at all. And that's it with pepperoni, and my hands are greasy, so. Okay, so turn the camera here. So this is what it looks like. Sort of. Yeah, and it's not letting me flip my camera back the other way, so that's why I'm having to turn it weird. But as you can see, this is what it looks like whenever you get all of that done. Now, you're to heat your oven to 375 degrees, which I'm not doing now because it's 11:47 and I'm not making this until later on this afternoon. But whenever you do this, you're to heat your oven to 375 degrees. And then you're to bake this for, recipe says, for 22 to 28 minutes. I do it, I have a gas stove, so I do mine, I set the timer for 12 minutes on the bottom, 12 minutes on the top. And you'll know it's done when the dough has risen and it is golden brown. So that's how you'll know it is done. And this does not really taste like normal pizza like you would get, let's say, Pizza Hut or someplace. It has pizza consistency, but it is in fact a casserole. So you do that, and then you take it out, let it sit for about 5 minutes so you don't burn your mouth or anything. And that's pretty much it. I will take a picture of this when it gets done so y'all can see how it turned out. And so this will be something really good that you can make to impress your parents or whoever you're wanting to cook to impress for. This is super easy. If you'll just follow the instructions in this video, you can make it and be rather successful. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put a tinfoil over this and stick it in my refrigerator until tonight. So yes, that concludes our video session on how to make pizza casserole. Emma, Brionna, I hope you have found this helpful, and for whoever else sees this, I hope you find this helpful as well. And if you do decide to make it, I hope that you have great success with it. We'll see you.